Hello, can all of you hear me? Okay, so good evening to all of you, and thank you for attending today's class, and welcome to IMTS. Hope all of you are doing good. Akshata, how are you? Rajiv, Mohammad Vijay, Praveen, and Ayman. How are all of you? How was your weekend? Doing great, thank you. Nice to hear that. What about others? Yes, boss, good. Okay, okay. What about others? Rajiv, how are you? Okay, good. Nakshata, what about you? Where are other students? Other students, only five of you have joined today. Today is a holiday over there, right? Weekend on Friday and Saturday weekend. So I was expecting more and more students to join on weekend, but less students join on weekend. Maybe they are chilling out somewhere with their families or friends. Christmas time. Christmas is still 13 days away, so they start what do you call celebrating 2 weeks before planning. Okay. How many Christians are there in UAE? What is the population? In large numbers or less numbers? Or everyone celebrates Christmas? Now in India, everyone celebrates Christmas, whether you are a Christian or not, but they still celebrate, which is a good thing. All celebrate, yeah. Okay, so let's start. Yesterday we were doing FMEA, right? And I discussed the two stages of FMEA and then it stopped. So in FMEA there are a total of 7 stages. FMEA means failure. How many of you did not attend the class yesterday? How many of you were not present yesterday? All of you were present. Praveen was not present yesterday. Okay. Okay. You joined late. I did not. Net was not working. Okay. Razi also not did not attend it. Okay. So what to do? See, yesterday I was in the middle of this topic before stopping. What to do? You want me to cover it from the beginning? Please tell me what everyone wants. Just give a brief. Okay. See, FMEA, first of all, its full form is Failure Mode and Effect Analysis. So, with the abbreviation, the full form, you can get a sense that this is a technique which is used for minimizing the risk during the process of production, right? In general. Right, so it is a great way of finding the risk or what all risk can appear during the process and try to eliminate those things. Let me write it down. Few things. Okay. Yeah. FMEA is an integral part of product and process design activity, right? It also helps in designing the process, right? Uh, Designing the production process. The FMEA process is applicable in design of products, process and services. So it works on three verticals. One is the designing of the process of the product. Other one is the process through which the product is produced, and the last one is the services. FMEA is a universal tool that is used in an industry or service where risk of failure has detrimental effect on the users of a product, process or service. Now, it generally is used. This technique is where there is a very high risk uh, is there during the production process, and that risk affects the customers or the organizations who are into the production of that product. So the primary reason for performing the FMEA is taking action to prevent a failure, right? Now you can see the main reason why we use FMEA: to prevent the failure, or improve a design control through testing or evaluation, or a process control through inspection. So these are the three main reasons for which FMEA is used. It helps in improving the design of the whole process. Uh, it helps in testing or evaluation of the process. Right? In FMEA, the risk is the substitute for failure. Clear till now? Okay. The risk is treated as if the failure had already occurred and corrective action is required. So this is some of the basics of FMEA. Now let's see a few more things. Let's come to this. Can you see the PDF file I have shared, all of you? Okay, let's see these definitions as well. What is FMEA, failure mode and effect analysis? A team-based, systematic and proactive approach for identifying the ways that a process can fail, why it might fail, the effects of that failure and how it can be made safer. Very beautiful definition. Right, it is, we can say it is a tool, right? A tool for the peoples who are working on the process. It is a tool which indicates the failure, the reasons for the failure, or it indicates the risk or the reasons for the risk, the impact of the risk, right, and how those risks can be avoided during the whole process, right. And also in all the organizations, we have a uh, production process. So in general, all the organizations use this FMEA. The goal is to eliminate or minimize the potential for failures. Right now, here as I said earlier, the main focus is to eliminate or minimize the risk or the potential for failure, to stop failures before harm reaches the patient. Here, the patient is the customer, or to minimize the consequences of the failure, or if the failure has already occurred in the process, or to minimize its impact in the process. Why do we use FMEA? It is aimed at preventing a tragedy, not simply responding to it. Does not require previous bad experience or close call. Makes a system more fail-proof and fault-tolerant. So these are the reasons why we use FMEA. Or we can also say, let me write it down. Yeah, these are the three. Yeah, these are the three reasons how it helps. FMEA helps to discover the potential failures, their potential cause mechanisms, and the risk designed into a product or process. It helps in developing the actions to reduce the risk of failure. Third one, it helps in following up and evaluate the result of actions on the risks that were discovered. So it is also helpful in examining the risk or the failures which has already occurred from the study point of view or from the research point of view. Clear, everyone? This is what FMEA is and how it can be helpful to the organization. This is the basics. Clear till now? Okay. Am I any questions? Okay. Okay. Why me, why you? Practitioners in the system know the specific vulnerabilities and failure points. Professional and moral obligation to first do no harm. Increased expectation that we can create safe systems. This is not that. No, actually, the reason they are sharing this PDF was as yesterday many students wants me to share few examples of FMEA, of right practical application. So that's why I shared this, the role of FMEA in the healthcare industry. It is used in it is used widely in many industries, not only healthcare, right? But anyways, let's continue. So see, in FMEA there are two types or two subtypes we can say. One is PFMEA Here P means the process FMEA, and the other one is DFMEA, that is the design FMEA. Let's see what they are. A design FMEA or DFMEA is performed prior to the completion of the design of the product. Right. So DFMEA is nothing but the analysis before designing the whole product. Right. What all things to be taken care of while designing the product is analyzed with the help of DFMEA analysis. And then we have the PFMEA, that is the process FMEA. It is performed prior to the release of the design for the process. Right. So PFMEA should ideally be conducted when DFMEAs provide special characteristics or when new process technology is planned. It is critical that a FMEA be performed with sufficient time to take countermeasures against the risk and still capture the changes within the design before its release. So here these two are used. These two processes. One second. Let me now the question arises how to conduct FMEA or how to implement it. At what time do you, before the process or after the process or during the process, how to conduct it? Read this. FMEAs are conducted by a core team of 3 or 4 people with supporting SMEs, right? Each organization makes a team for FMEA, which is called a FMEA team, and it is supported by the subject matter experts of various other departments. This group creates the cross-functional team. Right now, these 3 to 4 people creates one more team, which is called the cross-functional team. Cross-functional team. What does cross-functional team do? Ideally, the cross-functional team should be selected from disciplines that have a slightly different view of the product or process under investigation. The synergy created by the CFT is what makes FMEA so powerful. A single person will not be able to develop a comprehensive FMEA without input from the cross-functional team. It is easy to tell when a FMEA is created by one individual rather than the team. Such FMEAs are typically generated to satisfy the customer requirements, but very little value to the program or organizations. Can all of you hear me? Okay. So here they are trying to make a point that, see, there are 2 ways in which FMEAs can be created. One is the FMEA process is designed or created by a team. Other processes it is created by a single person. So here they are trying to make a point that that FMEAs which are created by a group or a team is more helpful rather than the FMEA created by a single person. The reason being the person who creates FMEA alone, right? They are just trying to satisfy the customers, right? They are not very effective as compared to the FMEA which are created by a group of team. I will show you how FMEAs look like, how FMEA tables looks like. Right, now see, a single person will not be able to develop a comprehensive FMEA without the input from the CFT team, right? So the recommendations of the cross-functional team are very important. Now, cross-functional team peoples are those who are from a different discipline, right? Why the different discipline people? So that they can think as a customer, right? So they can give ideas from the customer's point of view, perspective, out of box thinking. That is right. That is why their recommendations are considered very carefully. Such FMEAs are typically generated to satisfy customer requirements but have very little value to the program or organization. FMEAs are a means to achieve better quality product and process. Many original what all industries FMEAs are used? They are used in automotive industry, medicine, medical device manufacturing, aerospace, chemical processing industries, and many more developed to utilize the power of FMEA. Now there are 7 ways through which we can develop FMEA. There are 7 stages which I was discussing yesterday. There are 7 steps to developing a FMEA. These are the 7 steps. The first step is the FMEA 3-path model. Second is FMEA pre-work. Then we have the part 1 development, part 2 development, part 3 development. In part 1 development we have the failure modes, failure of the process, I mean. In part 2 we have the causes and occurrences of the risks. And in part 3 we have the testing and DV development. Then we have action, priority and assignment, actions taken or design review, and then at last we have re-ranking, RPN and closure. RPN is a number. Risk priority number. Now see this graph. Can all of you see the graph? Okay. Now see, in this graph we have the 5 stages are shown, right? And we have 3 different lines, one green, one red, and one blue. And on the y-axis we have taken the number of failures found, and here these are the stages. Here we have this green line shows the failure mode creation. This much is the time taken for attending the risk, and here we have the failure mode discovery, and this is the cost of developing countermeasures. So this is how it looks like. Now let me share one more table. the rows and columns which are there for understanding FMEA. It is called the development model of FMEA. Okay, it's uploading. Okay, till that time, let's go to the first stage. That is the FMEA pre-work. So quickly we will go to the first stage. Okay. Now let's read this. To ensure the FMEA will work smoothly through the development phases, and investigation of past failures and preparatory documents is required. Preparatory documents will include the failure mode avoidance, the block diagram or the boundary diagram for the designing of FMEA, the parameters diagram for designing of FMEA. DFMEA means so while designing the product, the process flow diagram for PFMEA, and the purpose of pre-work is to create a list of known causes from surrogate products, potential causes from interferences, potential causes from design choices, potential causes from noises in environment, and the sixth and for the fishbone list of potential causes. Now see, here the aim or the goal of all these process is to make the blueprint for designing the product and the process. Right, so the previous history of the process and the product is inquired, or what to call investigated first, and then all the possible reasons are considered, or the possible reasons for the risk are considered before designing the product. Right, so all these things are considered over here. Now then, let's see, this is how FMEA analysis form looks like. FMEA, like you can say form or the Excel sheet, whatever you want you can call. Right, so now let's see the rows. In rows they put the tables of here the item is mentioned, the potential failure mode is mentioned, potential effects of failure. Severity is a list of numbers, right, with the causes. I will show you this severity written list later on. Then in the second block we have the class, the potential causes of failure, prevention methods, and the occurrence method. Then we have the detection method. Then here we have the RPN number, what all actions needs to be taken, recommended actions, responsibility, and damage, and what all actions are taken. Now, what all things are needs to be considered while filling this first block? What are the functions and requirements? What can go wrong in the process of the product? No function, partial over function, degraded over time. In second block, we have what are the causes? How often does it happen? How can it be detected? How well it is detected? What can be done? Design changes, process changes, special control, changes to standard procedures or rights. This is just to give all of you a view of how this FMEA looks like. So you can see this is the potential failure. This is the DFMEA form, design FMEA. Right, so they are the item, program name, core team, members of the key date, designing responsibility, FMEA number, number of pages. Clear, everyone? Okay. So I was discussing the first stage. So all these things occur in the first stage. Okay, let me share one more diagram. Just 1 second. Severity, FMEA. Yeah. Okay, the files are getting uploaded. Let's continue with the stages. So this was the first stage. Then quickly come to the second stage. What all happens in second stage? Now, this is the second stage. In second stage, we have the path 1 development. How to develop the first path or the failure modes. So path 1 consists of inserting the functions, failure modes, effect of failure and severity rankings. The pre-work document assists in this task by simply taking information previously captured to populate the first 4 to 7 columns, depends on the worksheet selected of the FMEA. Function should be written in verb noun context. Each function must have an associated measurable. Functions may include wants, needs, and desires related specifications of a design, government regulations, program specific requirement, characteristics of product to be analyzed, desired product outcome. Failure modes are anti-functions. That is, effects are the results of failure where each individual effect is given a severity ranking. Actions are considered at this stage if the severity is 9 or 10. Now here the severity which I was mentioning. See this table. Now this is the rankings. Now this is a general set of rankings set by some standard organization. Can all of you see the rankings? 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now see, with the amount of risk, I mean with the complexity of the risk, they assign the experts or the FMEA team assign the rankings. Right, so now suppose if they assign the rank of 10, what does it mean? It means that the potential failure mode affects safe vehicle operation and involves non-compliance with government regulation without warning. It means that during the process, the government regulations are not considered. How will it impact the customer? This is the customer effect. Failure to meet the safety or regulatory requirement. Right, so the organization has failed to meet the safety measures or the regulatory requirement of the government. How will it affect the manufacturing company or the organization? It may endanger operation, machine or assembly without warning. Clear? This is how it works. Now suppose if and the least impacted one is 1. Suppose if they give ranking 1, it means that there is no effect. If they give ranking 2, it means slight inconvenience to process operation or operator, appearance or audible noise. So they set up the ranking as per the current situation in the production process or product or of the product, right? This is for stage 2. Let me also show you. Yeah. Now, this is the FMEA 3-path model, which I was discussing with you. I was telling you about this 3-path. Where is it gone? Yeah, this path 1, path 2 and path 3. Failure mode, causes and occurrence, testing and DV development. See this three path model. This is the first path, this is the second path, and this is the third path. The first path is for failure mode, second is for causes and occurrence, and the third one is for testing. These, these are the steps. What are the functions, features or requirements over time, function, and what are the effects, how bad it is. If these things occur, what action needs to be taken? These are the actions. Design change, process change, error proofing. Similarly, this is for path 2, this is for path 3. Here, if the severity is 9 or 10, then these needs to be taken, these steps. Right, so this is the path model. Anyway, not as important. So this is the second stage. Now let's come to the third stage. So till now clear? Any doubts? This is the third stage. One second. Yeah. Let me check. Okay, now let's see what happens in third stage. Third stage means the path to development. This one. What happens in path 2? Causes are selected from the boundary diagram, parameter diagram or past failures and placed in the cause column when applicable to a specific failure mode. Right, so the previous history is also considered of the process or the product, and those things are noted down. The columns completed in path 2 are causes from ION or 6M, preventions from standard work and previously successful designs, occurrence rankings for each cause, classification of specific characteristics. If indicated, actions are developed to address high risk, severity and occurrence combinations defined in the Q1 critical matrix. Q1 means the first path. Okay, one second, let this file get uploaded. Let's this file get uploaded. So till now clear everyone? If anyone has any questions, you can ask me. So are all of you getting a sense of what FMEA is and how it is conducted during the process? Proactive approach, yes. Very good. Now see, this is for this path 3. This is how they create the columns, right? Likelihood of failure, right? So they set the bars that is very low. Very low means if the failure is eliminated through preventive control. Occurrence of cause, here they may mention failure is eliminated through preventive control. And here they have given the rankings, right? And the most severe one is the 10th one. And this is from the past data, greater than 10 per thousand in, that is 1 in 10, 1 out of 10 courses. New technology or new design with no history, right? So this is how they set these conditions. So this is for path 3, stage 3. Let's move to stage 4. Stage 4 is the path 3, that is the testing and development. One second. Design detection. Yeah. Yeah, so in this fourth stage, which is called the path 3 development, in which we do the testing and the development. So in path 3 development involves the addition of detection controls to prevent a design flaw. Design flaw means to design the wrong model. So the preventive steps are taken so that the process is designed properly, or cause or a failure mode that may reach a customer. The columns completed in path 3 are detection controls, detection rankings. Actions are taken to improve the controls if they are insufficient to the risk determined in first path 1 and 2. So let's also see the column of this step. Let the file get uploaded. This one. One second. This is step 5. One second. No. Yeah. Can you see? Can all of you? This is for this stage, fourth stage. This one, designing and testing and development. This is how they make the table. So they assign the ranks, and based on the ranks, they set up the detection conditions. These things. No detection opportunity. If the rank is 10, if the rank is 3, 4, or 5, it means prior to design freeze. These could be the reasons. Design and analysis detection controls have a weak detection capability. Virtual analysis is not correlated to expected actual operating conditions. So these are the criteria, that is the likelihood of detection by design control. Right, so this is how this set up the parameters. This is for fourth stage. Then we have the fifth stage. One second. Okay, now in fifth stage we have the action, priority, and assignment. The actions that were previously determined in paths 1, 2, and 3 are assigned a risk priority number for action follow-up. The RPN is calculated by multiplying the severity, occurrence, and detection rankings for each process. This path 1, path 2, and path 3. Whatever ranking is there, based on the current situation of the process, they multiply them. They multiply all the three rankings to get one RPN number, right? The RPN is calculated by multiplying the severity, occurrence, and detection rankings for each potential failure, effect, cause, and control combination. Actions should not be determined based on RPN threshold value. This is done commonly and is a practice that leads to poor team behavior. Columns in action priority include verification of actions captured in path 1, 2, and 3, the RPN values, responsibility, and timing to clarify who is responsible for the action and when the action is expected to be completed. This graph. Yeah. Can all of you see? This is for stage 5. This is the design detection matrix. Now, these are the RPN numbers. These. Based on this, they set up the priority. This is acceptable. This is 1 and 2 is desired. Up to 5 is acceptable. Then from 6 to 8 it is marginal, and from 9 and 10 is unacceptable. Let's move to the next stage, that is the stage 6 and stage 7. Yeah. In stage 6, we take the action. Once the failures are recognized or the possible failure or risks are analyzed, then we take the actions or do the review of the design. Actions indicated from the FMEA analysis are close to the collection of data and observations after a counter measures has been taken. The purpose of an FMEA is to discover and mitigate risk. FMEAs which do not find risk are considered to be weak and non-value added. Effort of the team did not produce improvement and therefore time was wasted in the analysis. And the last stage, that is the re-ranking RPN and closure. After successful confirmation of risk mitigation actions, the core team or the team leaders will re-rank the appropriate ranking value. The new rankings will be multiplied to attain the new RPN. Now suppose if the team is unable to find the risk, the possible risk or the reasons for the risk, they again follow the whole process. They again assign the severity, occurrence or detection rankings, and then they again multiply them to get a new RPN number. The new RPN rankings will be multiplied to attain a new RPN. The old RPN is compared to a new RPN and the relative improvement made to the design and process has been confirmed. Columns completed in step 7. So these are the columns in step 7. Now they do the process again and then match the result of the previous RPN and the new RPN. If they matches, then it means that their findings are correct. So this is all about FMEA, of how it works. Any questions for me? So that is all for today. This is all about FMEA. Hope you have enjoyed the class and the topic. I will see you again next week on how do we have these text materials. You can download it from LMS. I will upload them on LMS and you can download it from there. Or you can also view the class recordings. Right. So that is all for today. Thank you very much. Good night, all of you. Take care. See you next week. Thank you, Praveen. Bye, everyone.